Jerusalem goes wireless. Israel has a lot to show in the field of telecommunications, and the second chapter of Mayan and Eyal, a Gush Katif story. So what are we waiting for? Let's begin. Shalom and welcome to Israeli Salad. The technology of Wi-Fi, wireless internet, is becoming popular throughout the world. Wi-Fi has now reached Israel. Now what's interesting is that the first city chosen to go wireless is not a business-oriented city like Tel Aviv, but rather our capital, Jerusalem. The Unwired Jerusalem launch event took place on November 1st at Jerusalem's Safra Square. Jerusalem Business Development Center, or JBDC, was established in 1991 as a non-profit organization aimed at strengthening and developing the Jerusalem economy. JBDC provides assistance in opening new businesses and expanding the existing ones.
This organization was started by a group of business people here in Jerusalem, basically to change the image of the city, that we're open for business.
JBDC's flagship project is Unwired Jerusalem. The goal of this project is to have most areas of the city capable of surfing the internet wirelessly.
The idea was giving people and businessmen in Jerusalem the opportunity to enter wireless free internet in order to accelerate potential economical activities in Jerusalem.
It's part of a joint venture really with the city and specifically with the internet department to figure out how we can modernize the city more, which is part of modernizing the image of the city more.
The project was initiated by JBDC chairman Jacob Ner David, together with two colleagues from leading technology companies, Intel and Compumat Computers. We're a group of entrepreneurs with expertise in different fields of technology. We live in Jerusalem and were born in the city. It's a great city to live in. We decided that we have to act for the city and not only for ourselves.
We're not going to just talk about things, we're going to just do it, which is something that the mayor had said to us, just go do something, stop talking. So we said, okay, we're just going to go do something. My first call was to Intel, as one of the most strategic employers and global players here in Jerusalem.
Basically, we did something for the community. We managed to convince others to invest in it with no real business model because we were providing free internet access forever. I think that the actual idea of bridging the digital gap is actually something that everyone finds something in common, and I think that this is why we managed to convince them.
The wireless connection will be free of charge for at least the first year. The first stage of Unwired Jerusalem was the installation of hotspots at central points throughout the city, including the Ben Yehuda Street in downtown Jerusalem, the Chutzot HaYotzer Artist Quarter, the Nachlat Shiva neighborhood, and Safra Square. In the second stage, parks, schools, government offices, and the Hebrew University on Mount Scopus will go wireless as well. So who's the target audience of this project?
The people who live here, right? So students, business people who are coming downtown, who come to Mikrofayim, who are sitting at a coffee shop, who want to check their email, surf the net, check what's going on later in the day, culturally as well as business-wise. And then you're also obviously talking about visiting people, and that's tourists who are coming for leisure tourists and also business tourism.
If you're a tourist and you're getting into some historical position, you'll get some background information of where you are exactly and what you see.
Even before the Unwired Jerusalem project began, the municipality of Jerusalem had already been using the internet for education. The Unwired Jerusalem project will certainly upgrade this field. Pupils and teachers can go on the web and continue at home what they were learning in the class.
The future is already here, and before we know it, more and more students and more teachers will be carrying laptops and will be able to access the internet and the educational activities wherever they are.
Right now, as we speak, a kindergarten teacher is reading a story from her home to children who are at their homes. They can listen, ask questions, and be involved in what's going on. But the Unwired Jerusalem project is not only trying to benefit regular web surfers. It is intended to upgrade Jerusalem in many ways. We gotta remember that internet is not just computers and surfing. Internet is a sort of infrastructure. It's an infrastructure that can enable web surfing, but also enable emails, phone calls, and other stuff like connecting to an office from far.
If I want to make an international call, I will open my PC, I'm opening my PC, connect to any Wi-Fi hotspot, and then I can make any call free of charge for me. There is almost no cost to any destination worldwide. So this has actually saved me all the roaming costs that I usually have to pay to the mobile operator.
Just as cellular phones started as high-end products for businessmen only, today we're talking about the internet becoming a basic product within the next 1 or 2 years. And so today, thanks to JBDC and leading technology companies, Jerusalem, famous for ancient sites like the Old City, can now be proud of a very new and modern technology running through the streets of the city.
Unless we want Jerusalem to be a essentially living museum, we have to embrace technology more than any other place in the world, right? So if every other place in the world are embracing this, we have to do it even more so.
Not the same, but the spirit of the prophets goes now into the spirit of the internet.
But how about the important things in life?
So for example, if I'm here downtown Jerusalem in a coffee shop on the Midrachov in Ben Yehuda and I say, hey, I want to watch Israeli salad, right? So I just type in the URL, I hit return, I've got basically 1.5 megabyte throughput, and I'm going to open up the website of Israel National TV. Ah, and there you are, check that out. Double image, wow. There you are and there you are. It's a little freaky.
Please send your comments, ideas, and questions to the Israeli Salad email, yoni@israelnn.com, or leave a message on the Israeli Salad voicemail at international dialing code 972-3918-5554. That's 972-3918-5554.
Now, staying with the high-tech in Israel, let's take a look at the Telecom Israel 2004 exhibition, which took place November 8th through the 11th at Ganei Tarucha, the Tel Aviv Fairgrounds. On the third day of the fair, we spoke with Oded Ashkenazi, General Manager of Kennes Exhibitions, the organizers of Telecom. Shalom, Oded.
Hi, Yoni, how are you?
So first of all, what's this exhibition all about?
Well, Telecom Israel is a showcase of the Israeli high-tech companies. Israel is second in the world in startup companies, second only to the United States. We have here at the exhibition something like 70 startups companies who were chosen by the chief scientist of Israel to participate in the show.
It looks like there are a lot of cellular phones in Israel. Is that true? Like, how many people in Israel have cellular phones?
We have only 6 million people in Israel, and most of them have more than one cellular phone. We like to talk.
I understand that this year the IDF decided to participate in the fair.
The IDF, Israel Defense Force, has established a big booth here, something like 2,500 square meters of the new technologies that are allowed to tell the public. What we have in the Israeli Defense Force is a start of products that in the near future will be out at the market for the companies.
Oded Ashkenazi, thank you very much for joining us.
No problem, you're most welcome. Bye-bye.
Be sure to visit the Israeli Salad website. On the Israeli Salad site, scroll through all the editions, see what topics were presented on each program, and simply click on the icon to watch your favorite program. Also, watch all our fantastic music videos featured right here on Israeli Salad. So be sure to click on www.israelnationaltv.com/salad.htm. That's www.israelnationaltv.com/salad.htm.
And now, Tennis Samuel and Miriam Hoffman bring us the second chapter of Ma'ayan and Eyal, a Gush Katif story. For those of you who didn't see the first chapter, Ma'ayan was born in Croatia. She met Eyal on a cruise ship, converted to Judaism, and the two got married and moved to Gush Katif in the Gaza Strip. This week, we'll hear of the difficulties of living in Gush Katif and witness the strength and faith that keeps them strong and optimistic.
My husband had to drive to work. We all went together. I was pregnant. At around 12, we crossed the bridge near the flour mill. I turned around and saw two people running. They were 30-year-olds.
They saw that they wouldn't make it to the road, so they raised their AK-47s and aimed. The second I bent down, a bullet went by. It went over our daughter's head, and then through my seat and out the window. The window was open.
When we got to the roadblock, we saw that we were all okay. But a few minutes later, we heard that 12 family members had been killed. They were right after us. From there, we continued to the Western Wall. What else could we do? First of all, to the Western Wall to show our gratitude.
We thank God that we were okay. Not even a scratch. It was a miracle. Friends and family members started telling us to leave the area. A few days later, there was a terror attack in the center of Israel. So I said, what's the difference? What if I was there? It's only a psychological issue, as if here it's more dangerous. Unfortunately, it's not easy anywhere these days.
We will fear less when the nation will be more united. It's not that we're afraid now, but it's not pleasant with all the Qassam rockets that they shoot at us. The army doesn't react enough. This is the wall. People ask me if I'm afraid because there's a wall here. I say, because of the wall, I'm not afraid. No one wants a war. I wish there was peace and that each nation could live on their own, peacefully. But as long as it's not like that, we have to fight to the end.
נגד 45, בעד 67.
When I voted, I believed that Sharon would tidy things up with the Arabs and everything.
Remember how I said I wanted to vote for him because he looks very reliable? His face, you could see he's reliable.
Well, he succeeded in deceiving us all. We brought you the sign. The Yadais will stay in Gush Katif forever.
They bought us a nice sign. I'm simply a Jew praying for better days for the nation. I'm an emissary in terms of what I do with my family, with my children and their education. Regarding other issues, I just do whatever I can. From my story, you could learn about love for the people and the land of Israel. I wish that the whole nation was united with this love.
And now our weekly insight. This week we'll discuss Parshat Vayetze. Shalom to Rabbi Samson in Jerusalem.
Shalom Yoni, shalom to all of our viewers.
The Parsha begins with the story of our forefather Yaakov, who dreamed about a ladder with angels going up and down. What can we learn from this dream?
It's a very interesting story, dreaming about a ladder with angels going up and going down. And in a way, it's actually the story of mankind, that all of mankind is on a ladder, and we're going up, we're going down, and it's very important to notice that when we're going up, it's easy to feel and see the angels. And very often when we're going down, it's difficult to see that the angels are also going down with us. And that's one of the great things about Jacob, that he sees the angels not only when he's going up, but he's able to see the angels going down the ladder as well.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Samson.
The Weekly Insight is brought to you in cooperation with Machon Meir, the largest Zionist institute in Israel, bringing people closer to Judaism.
That's all for this week. After 66 programs, Israeli Salad is taking a 3-week vacation. Throughout this vacation, we'll be broadcasting a few features, some music, and we'll be continuing with the portions of the week as we will air pre-recorded Torah Insights with Rabbi Samson. So be sure to continue watching Israel National TV. Until next time, from all of us here at Israel National TV, Shalom.